to try to do. When you try to do these morning math quizzes, they build. So again, Monday is just like Tuesday. Monday is just like Wednesday. So if you spend time on Monday through Thursday, when you get to Friday, it will be very, very easy. So let's take some time. If you don't know how to multiply or you're rusty, what is multiplication repeated? It's repeated addition. So if you get to a problem like 6 times 4, you could add 6 4 times. You could also use the associative property. You could add 2 together and then add the next 2 together. What's 12 plus 12? 24. And so if you're rusty on your multiplication, you can always do it that way. Does that make sense? Pretty simple? All right, let's keep going. No excuses on getting our multiplication problems wrong. This is not going to stay up today. All right, how about 9 times 7? Anyone know a trick to do 9 times 7 without just memorizing it?
What you do is you think of the 60, and then whatever you add to 7 to equal 10, that's what you want.
Ah, very good. So you said think of 7 times 10, right, is 70. So this is 7 less than 70 because it's 9 times 7 instead of 10 times 7. So if you subtracted 7, you would get 63. That's a great option. Another option is to do the ones that you know. So if you know what 9 times 5 is, then you can just count up. 9 times 6, add just 6 more, and then 9 times 7. And that way you can count each one up. Yes?
My strategy is subtract 1 from 7, it equals 6, and 6 plus what equals 9? 3, so it's 63.
Ah, interesting. Has anybody ever used their hands to do their multiplication tables by 9s?
Yeah.
So if you use for 9s and you have 10 fingers up, and you put down your 9th finger, so putting them in front of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You put down your, did I do that wrong? 6th finger, I tried to say. Your 6th finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you put down your 6th finger, you can do 54. And if you put down your 7th finger, you have 63. 6 on one side, 3 on the other. It works for every 9 multiplication tables. So if you have 9 times 3, put down your 3rd finger, you have 2 and then 7 left. Does everybody see 2 and then 7? So that actually works with your 9 times tables no matter what. So that's another trick. Yes?
This is kind of random, but
Does it have to do with your multiplication tables?
yes.
Yes.
Will you sometimes teach us how to do 11, like for example, times 27?
Yes, you're gonna have you're gonna learn how to do 3 digits by 3 digits, 4 digits by 2 digits. So you're gonna have problems not just like 27 times 11. You're gonna have problems like this.
What? Yeah.
And that's why it's so important that you know your multiplication tables in 4th grade, because this is where we're going. And you can do it, but you gotta know your basic facts.
I want to go there.
So you don't have a choice whether you go there or not, because we're all going there. So basic facts are super important. So we have got to master them. That's one of the reasons why I've been giving these spiral reviews for you, because I noticed that we are not doing fantastic on our spiral reviews. All right, Emily, I'm going to use your desk because I can't get into the...
12 times 3.
All right, so when you get to 12 times 3, what strategy can you use? When you take apart the 12, what do? Well, you could do 2 things. You could add 12 3 times, and then you could say 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 30.
I already got that.
And do it that way. Or you could take the 12 and break it up. That is called the distributive property. It's going to be a property when we learn multiplication. not just associative, commutative, and identity, and 0, but the distributive. We're going to break it apart. 3 times 10 is 30, and 3 times 2 is 6. Does everybody see how we did that? Okay, is there any excuses why you should get your 12s wrong? No. 2 different strategies on how to do that. So if you get to the division problems and you're not sure how to solve them, you're going to think of them like the inverse operation, which is multiplication. That means the opposite. So you're going to take this number and you're going to say 7 times what number equals 63. Again, go back to your multiplication tables until you can figure it out. Start with 7 times 5. 7 times 5 is 35. You know that 7 times 5 is not the answer. Then do 7 times 6. Well, that's 6 more, which is 42. 7 times 7. 7 more, not 6 more. 7 more. 49. And then 7 times 8. That is 7 more. 56. And then 7 times 9. 63. So you can count your way up. Once you get that, you can see that 7 times 9 is 63. So 63 divided by 7 is 9. All division is the opposite of multiplication. If you know your multiplication, you should be able to solve your division problems. Okay, how about 28 divided by 4?
The answer?
Yes,
7.
7. So she did 28 divided by 4. Here's another way to write it. 4 times what number equals 28? And your answer is 7. Yes.
1.
I haven't done that one yet. All right, the next problem is 6 divided by 6. This is what this looks like if you write it differently. That might be easier for you because you can see that 6 goes into 6 how many times, Gio? 1 time. And so you can see it goes in 1 time. Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Is 11 times 27 297?
We're not doing that right now. We're going over our math quiz together. Okay, we'll get there eventually. All right, let's take a look at the next one. So these ones should be fairly simple. The next one is time. So you're looking at time on this problem. Eduardo starts reading his book at 5 p.m. He stops reading at 6 p.m. You just have to know your clock, okay? And if you know your clock here in the classroom, you can see the numbers around the outside. I'm going to go ahead and show my distance learners so they can see what it looks like.